Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, citizens of all ages! That's right, welcome back to another stunning, late as fuck edition of Star Citizen Update 3.5 ETF ZYXWTUV ASDF Spacebar. Yeah! Oh, yeah, no, that wasn't interrupting me at all whatsoever. Okay, so, it's been a while. Huh, yeah. You know, it's been kind of difficult lately, just because, in all honesty, a lot of the decisions and avenues that SIG has decided to take has really kind of taken the wind out of my sails for Star Citizen. Like, even though this year, and then some, really, has been the most that Star Citizen has evolved, there's a lot of things that they're doing that I'm not really digging on, like how ArcCorp is going to have basically planet-wide no-fly zone. That kind of takes away the gusto of what ArcCorp is and what they showed, like especially when they first showed it off and, you know, they were flying through the upper alleyways and in between buildings. Like, that set expectation. That at least set expectation for me as to what we would be able to do. And then, what, a couple months later, basically came out and was like, well, you're not going to be able to do the really cool thing that we showed you that got you all so hyped to do the thing that we did. So, that was like a huge punch in the gut for me personally. Another thing is I got to try the new flight model pretty early, and when I flew it, to be completely honest, it made me mad. Like mad, like, grrr, Hulk smash! And yeah, maybe I'm being a little juvenile, but it's what you come here for. But I can say that the newer, more update, I mean, it's not like hugely, vastly different, but it's different enough from then to now, where the newer version, if you will, is more palatable. It's actually not too bad once you start to get used to it. It's definitely going to take some retraining. It took me like a month of flying with it to really be like, okay, alright, I think I know what's going on here, okay, alright, and then kind of warm up to it. So when 3.5 comes out, expect to basically relearn to fly, unless you're the person who constantly flies around with ComStab off, decoupled off. It's going to be a little bit easier for you. I always just flew with ComStab off. I hated decoupled because it was just so fucking broken, but I can say it seems like decoupled is working as it's supposed to, I think. Another thing that I noticed, and they already talked about it, but combat is slowed down, and it's kind of like in a good way, but you kind of have to see how it goes when it goes to wider release, because, you know, it could be a little deceiving at the moment. There's, I mean, ArcCorp, I like the verticality of Area 18. I have seen it. And shout out to all my Evocati contacts. You're the man now, dog. Well, you're the men and women. Y'all fucking rock. I'll say that. Area 18 is neat the way they have it set up. I do like it, but one thing I don't like is it's got a transit system almost identical to Lorville. I mean, I guess I should have known that it would have that transit system, you know, I mean, why would they make a transit system for a one-off like that, like for Lorville and Hurston? But the way Area 18's train is, it's a little more interesting. Like, it goes through the city kind of the way that the demo that they flew through it was. So like, it kind of gives you an idea of scope and scale, and it's kind of neat. But it's really no substitute for being able to fly in between the buildings and whatnot. What else did I want to talk about? The auto gimbals are not exactly in, but the lag and lead pipe... brain my damage. The lead pips are working. The lag pips currently are not, but again, that's such a small thing. They'll get that fixed up probably in a matter of no time. Excuse me. Aside from just tearing into the new stuff, I do want to say I really, really, really like how Area 18, if it isn't, it seems like it's bigger. Like there's like these neat alleyways. It seems decently sized. I feel like it's a little small for what, you know, the landing area is supposed to be, but I have to give credit where credit is due. The colors, the feel, the atmosphere, they did really well. I really can't commend everybody at SIG enough for like the feel of Area 18, but it still feels a little small. But again, it's like, I think it's an okay size. I don't like what they did with the main ArcCorp square. Now, for all you veterans out there, you may remember the social module of Area 18, where instead of going into Universe, there was the little Area 18 social thingamajiggerbobber directly below. Wow, I can't English today. Directly below where you go into Crusader. Well, if you recall, that square was large and you could walk all around it. Excuse me, sorry. And you could go underneath that big spinning ArcCorp gear, and it was all open. And, you know, there was like bridges that led to Astro Armada. Well, that has drastically changed. In fact, if you go back and look at the last demo that they showed, it's even changed drastically from that. Now, the giant ArcCorp gear statue thingamajiggerbobber is surrounded by a huge divot. I don't know how I could word it, but basically it looks like a huge cut. So instead of being able to walk up to it, there's probably about 30 foot, I don't know how you would even call it, but there's like this big, it looks like the ground fell away from it. And then they put up barriers, and there's like, you can't get up close to it like you used to. I don't like that. The square seems so much smaller and more claustrophobic, even though it's kind of bigger. And it's kind of jarring, because I remember that Area 18 pretty vividly, even though it's been so long, and we haven't been able to visit it legitimately for so long. And I feel like that they did that on purpose so they could revamp it. But I feel like what they did was kind of more of a detriment than helping. You'll definitely see. Now, for a bit of shameless self-promotion, if you haven't already, you're gonna want to go down to the description, find the Discord link, click on that bitch, jump on in, because every now and again there's a leaky faucet that happens to spring a leak. If you catch my drift, you know, there's things that go on in there that I can't show here, so I'm just gonna go a little bit louder and higher pitch with my voice. Okay, that was cringy. That was more cringy than normal. I apologize. No, but I do suggest you jump into Discord. just jump in the Discord. There's some cool shit in there that I can't really go into too much more detail here. Yeah, jump on in. Daily Gamer Discord. It's the shit, I'll tell you what. Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit more rustic, if you want to call it that. But, you know, I'm making strides. I'm trying to be a little bit more active again. Because, in all honesty, playing a little bit of 3.5 and seeing some of the new stuff has kind of started to get me a little bit excited again. So, you know, hopefully I'll have more stuff to talk about coming up. But I just wanted to let you guys know, you know, I am still here, I'm still playing, I'm still doing stuff. I would really like to get a huge group of people together, and then we can go out and like hammer heads and, you know, stuff like that, and just fucking wreak havoc and just have some good old boy fun and do all that good shit. So I think what I'm going to do is actually leave the video here, giving you a little bit of my thoughts and comments on 3.5, ArcCorp Area 18, a little bit of the flight model. If you guys got any questions, comments, concerns, I want you to leave them shits right down in the comments section. I'm always up and interested to read what you guys have to say, your questions, comments, concerns. I ignore your concerns. No, I'm just kidding. I take that shit in, and I agonize over it, and I overanalyze my shit, and I just beat myself up, and oh, that's right, I'm not in therapy right now. Okay, so, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. Other than that, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful day, morning, evening, whenever, wherever you just so happen to be. This is Will, signing out. Love, peace, chicken grease. Let's get it in. Wait, what the fuck does that mean?